Hello, fashion lovers. You're welcome to this live stream. Join me today. Let's cut this Danshiki for ladies with open sides. So today we are going to be drafting and cutting a Danshiki for ladies, and we are going to be using the freehand method. So this is the fabric we are going to be using. It's a very small piece of fabric. It's an fritude fabric. You can see the drawings. You can see the drawings on it. So we are going to be mixing it with this blue velvet fabric. So these are the two fabrics we are going to be using. So this is the good side of this fabric, and this is the bad side. So we are going to fold it into two. We'll fold it like this while taking note of the upper part. When cutting a fabric with drawings, especially human drawings, it's good to take note of where the head is and the leg. So on this side, we are going to place our shoulder measurement, and this will be the down part. So we'll fold again like this, and we'll begin our measurements. So on this, we are going to begin here. I'll begin by drawing my starting line. And on this starting line, I'm going to input my shoulder measurement, which is 15, and I'm going to divide it by 2, and it will give me 7.5. We have it here. I'm going to add half an inch for folding allowance. So the total we are having here is 8 inches, and that is the same thing we are going to take all down. So I'll come down here and measure 8 inches as well. And I'll link these two lines with my straight ruler. On this shoulder line, I'm going to make a shoulder slope of 1 inch. That's 1 inch here. And for the neck depth, I'm going to take 3 inches by 2.5. The neck width is 2.5. And I'll use my curve ruler to draw out my neckline. And from the neckline, I'm going to draw my shoulder slant. So after that, I'm going to measure the armhole. Remember, this Danshiki has an open armhole. So the armhole I'm going to use here, I'll use 8 inches, and I'll just place a mark there and leave it since it has no sleeves. So from here, I'll take note of this measurement from here to the end of this Danshiki, which is 20.5. The total length I'm using for this Danshiki is 29 inches. So I'm going to cut it out. I'll go ahead now to cut out the back neck first. Since we are cutting front and back at the same time, we'll cut the back neck first. So I'll go down by 1 inch and I draw my back neckline. So I'll cut the back neckline and I'll add ½ inch on the shoulder line for seam allowance. So the next thing I'll do is to take out, to separate the two so that I can cut the front neckline. So before doing that, I would like to open it and check. You can see, I will check which one has a better drawing so that I can use it in front. So these are the two patterns. So can you choose which one do we use in front and which one do we use at the back? This one is more colorful. I'll use this one for the front part. So I'll keep this back part aside. I'll fold this one like so. And I'll redraw the front neckline, which was 3 inches. And since this Danshiki is not having a zipper, I'm going to make a front slit of another 3 inches. So there's going to be a slit at the center front neckline, like so. So I'm going to cut it out. So after I'm done, I'm going to place the front on the back part and I'll note where my notch was. So I'll arrange it well and then I'll notch this part. This is where the armhole begins. Okay. So we are going to continue with the sides. So we are using this velvet fabric to cut the sides. So I'm going to measure from here down. It's giving me 20 inches, and we also have a pocket. So I'm going to come down from the shoulder by 18, and that is where my pocket will begin. So we are cutting two parts here. One is going to cover this side, and another part which is 20 inches long, and another part that's going to be the pocket, which is 11 inches long. So I'm going to put this one aside. But before that, we have to measure. This is 8 inches. Let's see how many inches we are going to add on that for it to go around the hips. The hip measurement here is 42. When divided by 4, it gives us 10.5. So we need an extra of 2.5 inches for this part to go around the hip. But since it is not a fitted dress, we are going to increase it to 3 inches. So we are cutting one part which is 20 inches by 3 inches on fold. So I'm going to fold my fabric like this. And I'll measure the width and make sure it is 4, since we are going to use ½ inch on each side for seam allowance. So this is it. I'm going to measure the length 20, and for the other side, since you are cutting for 2 sides, this one is short, cannot go for the other side, so I'm going to cut this one first. So we need 2 of these and another one for the pocket, which was 10.5 inches. So I'm going to cut this one. Let me cut it at 11 inches. So I'm going to place these 2 on the fabric again and cut the other 2 parts. So I'll just open it up for easy cutting. I'm also going to cut another one of this. So these are the two sides and their pockets. So I'll keep this aside and I'll go ahead and cut a small interfacing for both the front and the back necklines. For the interfacing of the front part, I'll make sure it goes right down to the slit. So I'm going to place my fabric on fold and I'll make this interfacing to go right down to where this slit is ending, and I'll cut it. I'll draw it out like this. This is where the slit ends, and from here I'm going to come down a bit and shape it up to the shoulder. So this is the interfacing for the front part. So we'll move over to the back part and also cut an interfacing for it. So I'm going to fold a piece of fabric like this and I'll place my back part on it. And I'll draw it out. You need just a small interfacing, or if you have a bias, you can use a bias strip to turn the neckline, but I prefer using an interfacing. So this is it. So right now we are done with the cutting. So we are going to move over to the sewing machine and begin the sewing part of this tutorial. If you are here with us, please double tap on your screen to like this video. Double tap on your screen. Just tap on your screen 2 times and you have liked the video. So let me just move the camera over to the sewing machine and we are going to continue. So we are at the sewing machine and we are going to begin our sewing right away. So my beautiful people, let's continue. So these are the parts. Let me keep this one aside. We are going to begin with the front part. This is the front part. We are going to place the good side of the front part facing the good side of the interfacing like this, and I'm going to pin the shoulders. Pin the shoulder, and then I'll turn it over to the back side and begin stitching. So I'm stitching around the neck, and I'm going to go down this slit and come up before I continue. Excuse me. I'll trim off the threads, and I will do the notching. So this part is supposed to be open. Now open to the sides so that it relaxes well. And on the round neck, I'll also notch. So I'm going to cut this excess fabric at the angles of the neck, and then I'll flip it over. So make sure you push out all the pointed areas. So this is how the front neckline will look. Can you see that? This is the front neckline. So I'm going to keep this aside and move to the back neckline. So this is the back. We are going to place it like this. The good side of the interfacing facing the good side of the fabric, and I'll stitch it all around the neck. So after stitching around the back neck, I'm going to notch it. Then I'll turn it inside. Give it a good press and hem it with, gum it with hemming gum. And this is how the back neck is going to look like. So this is the back part. So next thing is we are moving to the sides. So these are the 4 pieces, 2 pieces for each side. We'll begin by folding the upper part. Just fold into 2 and stitch. So after folding these 2 edges, I'm going to place the pocket on the side and attach it. So just see the way I'm doing it. I'll match these downer parts to be the same like so, and I'm going to sew it, attach it this way and this other way. Make sure it is balanced. So this is one side with its pocket. So we are going to go over to the other side and do the same thing. So after I'm done, I'll also place this one on top of the longer one and I'll stitch it down. So this is the second one. So we are done with the sides and their pockets. So we are going to continue now by attaching this sides to the main dress. So we are going to bring in our main dress. This is the back part. So we are going to look where that knot is. This is it here. So that is where we are going to begin attaching, beginning from up. So we are going to place it like this and we are going to stitch it all down. So this is one side. So we are also going to attach it on this other side as well. So look where our notch is. You can see it here. So that is where we are going to attach the other side as well. So we are going to place it on top, beginning from the notch, and we'll stitch it down as well. I've noticed a shortage down here, so I'm going to rip this open so that I shift it down a bit. So I'm going to use my blade and loosen it so that it matches with the down part. So I'm going to begin sewing from down. So that is it. So we are going to bring in the front part. We'll bring in our front part and place it both sides, facing both sides. And we are also going to attach it to the other side. So we have one side left. We are going to close this side. So my beautiful people, we are done closing the sides. So let me show you how it looks on the wrong side. So this is our main fabric and these are the sides. We have put one here and the other one this way. So we are going to move ahead to join the shoulders together, the front shoulder and the back shoulder. So we are going to fold in our interfacing like this, and we will join the front shoulder and the back shoulders like so. Using the 1/2 inch of sewing allowance we left there. And I'll do the same for the other shoulder.